If the Niners keep Jimmy, and it's looking like they certainly might for this upcoming season, do you think they will restructure / extend his deal? The logic here being that he's really way too expensive, and to make him more affordable, extend the deal, give him a signing bonus, drop the salary number, and keep more free agents. Do you think they will do that if they keep him?
I think they need to do that if they're going to keep him. I think, at his salary number right now, it makes things really hard throughout the rest of the roster to really be able to fill that in. So I think they're going to have to, do something where maybe they add a year to it, a little bit of money to get him to agree so that they can bring that number down. Because with the way that his contract's structured, they have so much of a salary that they can work on to reduce that number. So I wouldn't want to see them do that, reduce their cap by just pushing everything to next season, because then they get a big cap hit. I'd rather see them push it out to 2023 as well.
I could totally see Jimmy being interested in a restructure. Maybe you should just go to Nick for a second.
All right, Nick, go ahead. Take it over. Take it away.
Yeah. Well, if they keep Garoppolo, they most definitely need to look into restructuring his deal. I'm sure that's something that they're already contemplating, but they need to keep the same perks. Like if they hold on to him for this season and the contract goes beyond the season, which I assume it would, they still have to have the same outs where they could move on from him free of penalty, really, because I think that's what makes his contract fine in a sense, that if they ultimately decide to move on from Garoppolo right now, there's not going to be that large of a penalty at all.
Yeah, right. Well, my reasoning for Garoppolo should want to restructure is he has dead cap of $1.8 million next year, so he's probably not going to be on the team next year. Especially if they draft a guy, it'd be a 1-year deal, or essentially a 1-year deal for Garoppolo this year. If he restructures, he would get more guaranteed. He might get less money overall, but I think in the NFL, it's always better to get more guaranteed than more money overall, because you're going to be cut eventually, especially if you're Jimmy Garoppolo. Unless you win a Super Bowl, you're probably eventually going to be cut. Go get that. If he does want to be established in San Francisco and play here, he should go after that more guaranteed money and make this 2-year deal remaining into a 3-year deal instead of 27 with the potentially being cut next year. Make it 19 million and have it be 8 guaranteed instead and get that restructure going.
Yeah, I mean, I've made it clear I would be in favor of trading him, even cutting him. I want to get his money off the books. But if the Niners feel like, that's drastic, we can win with Jimmy Garoppolo, it's proven, why ditch that to get some different quarterback who may not be as good? Fine. If you want to keep Jimmy Garoppolo, fine. But restructure his deal. Commit to him. Because this riding the fence thing is hurting the roster, I think. You're letting people leave that are better than Jimmy Garoppolo because you're paying Jimmy Garoppolo too much money. And when asked about it, like twice last year and this year, John Lynch was like, oh, yeah, we don't need to do that yet. We don't need to do that yet. I think you do. I think you really do. And if you keep them, fine, but you got to restructure that deal. And I think clearly the reason they don't want to do that is they don't like him that much and they want to be able to trade him or whatever. But I think by structuring the contract the way they have and not extending it, they tell the whole league they don't like him. And if they extended his deal, maybe they would create the impression that they do like him. And all of a sudden he would have some trade value. They're riding the fence. Everyone knows it. They're just telling everyone that they don't like their 7-2 offsuit in their poker hand. It's like they got no poker face. Maybe if they did the extension, people would think, all right, maybe the Niners actually like him, or maybe it's too far gone. But yeah, if they keep him, they need to give him that extension. One or the other.